Imagine being caught in a storm so fierce it threatens to capsize your life. Winds howling, waves towering over your small boat, your heart pounding with fear. And yet, one man sleeps through it all. Not in ignorance, not in denial, but in a profound, unshakable peace. Why did he sleep? What secret allowed him to remain untouched by chaos when the very world around him trembled? Today, we uncover the hidden wisdom behind Jesus sleeping through the storm and the timeless lesson it holds for your life. The storm as a symbol of life's turmoil. The storm in the story is no ordinary tempest. Look closely, and you'll see it mirrors the storms within us. Anxiety that churns like relentless waves, fear that lashes like wind against fragile sails, doubt that threatens to sink our sense of purpose. Carl Jung once wrote about the shadow, those hidden fears and chaotic impulses within us that rise to the surface when we are unprepared. The storm is a reflection of that shadow. Consider the boat. It is you navigating the waters of life. And yet, storms come. Unexpected losses, betrayal, illness, or moments when your plans crumble into chaos. Most of us react with panic, grasping at control, believing that survival depends solely on our own strength. The disciples in the boat, frightened, desperate, pleading for help, mirror how we often live, buffeted by forces beyond comprehension. But there is another way. The storm is not just a threat, it is also a teacher. It shows us the limits of the ego, the futility of resistance, and the deep necessity of inner stillness. It asks the question, can you find calm even when the world demands your panic? Jesus' sleep, a masterclass in inner peace. Then there he is, Jesus, the teacher, the mystic, asleep. While the storm rages, he rests. At first glance, it seems impossible, irresponsible even. But if we look closer, this sleep is no ordinary slumber. It is a demonstration of mastery over the mind, over fear, over the illusions of control. The Greek word used in the Gospels, katheodo, implies a deep, undisturbed rest. He is not unconscious. He is fully aware, fully present, yet utterly untouched by the chaos. This is the essence of what mystics call equanimity, an inner state of peace that no external force can disturb. Consider the analogy of a lake at dawn. When the wind blows, ripples disturb the surface, yet deep beneath, the water remains perfectly still. Jesus teaches us to cultivate that deep stillness within ourselves, a place untouched by fear, anxiety, or the unpredictable storms of life. Practical insight emerges here. Meditation, contemplative prayer, breath awareness, and mindfulness are not abstract practices. They are tools to anchor the soul in the calm center, the hidden eye of the storm. As Eckhart Tolle emphasizes in The Power of Now, peace is not found by controlling the storm, but by surrendering fully to the present moment. Jesus' sleep is a lesson in trust, a teaching that fear loses its power when the heart and mind are aligned with a higher presence, with the current of life itself. Why the disciples panicked, and what that reveals about the human condition. While Jesus slept, the disciples were in a state of utter terror. Waves crashed over the bow. The wind shrieked, and their hearts raced with fear. They cried out, not because they lacked faith in the storm itself, but because they lacked faith in their own capacity to remain steady within it. Here lies the profound truth. Most of us live as disciples in our own boats. The storms are inevitable. But our panic is optional. As philosopher Søren Kierkegaard once observed, Anxiety is the dizziness of freedom, the vertigo we feel when we confront uncertainty and realize how little control we truly have. The disciples' panic reveals the human tendency to mistake external control for internal security. We clutch at fleeting solutions, obsess over outcomes, and ignore the calm power that resides within. The storm is not the real danger. It is our mind's response to it. Practical insight. The next time fear rises like a tidal wave, pause. Observe your thoughts as if from a distance, like a bird circling above the chaos. Recognize the panic for what it is, a mental storm, separate from the soul's deep stillness. By cultivating this awareness, we step closer to sleeping through our own storms. The secret wisdom: how to sleep through your own storms. So how does one learn to sleep while the storm rages? This is where the story shifts from metaphor to practical, ancient wisdom. Jesus' sleep is not a miracle reserved for the divine. It is a skill cultivated through inner mastery, awareness, and surrender. Step 1. Anchor yourself in presence. Awareness of the moment dissolves fear of the unknown. As the Taoist sage Lao Tzu taught, if you realize that all things change, there is nothing you will try to hold on to. Let the waves roll without clinging, without resisting. Step 2. Surrender control without surrendering discernment. The storm teaches us that the mind often overestimates its role in the cosmos. By releasing attachment to outcomes while maintaining clarity of action, we embody the stillness that the disciples lacked. Step 3. Cultivate an inner sanctuary. Meditation, contemplative prayer, or even silent reflection can serve as a sacred inner chamber, a place untouched by chaos, like a hidden spring beneath turbulent waters. The mystic Thomas Merton spoke of this as finding an interior freedom where the soul can rest, even in a world of noise and fear. Step 4. Trust the hidden currents. Just as Jesus trusted the natural flow of life, we too can learn to move with the currents of existence rather than against them. This does not mean passivity. It means a profound alignment with the greater rhythm of reality, a confidence that your inner calm will guide you safely, even when outer forces seem overwhelming. Practical exercise. Next time fear grips you, close your eyes, breathe deeply, feel your body anchored, and visualize a calm center within, like the eye of a hurricane. Observe the storm without resisting it. This is the art of sleeping through your personal storms, turning panic into presence, chaos into clarity. The life-altering truth: why this lesson matters for you. The storm is not just a story, it is a mirror. Every trial, every fear, every uncertainty you face is an invitation to awaken. Jesus' sleep is a message, a secret whispered across millennia. True power lies not in resisting life's chaos, but in mastering your own inner calm. This lesson matters because life will always bring storms. Relationships falter, health falters, plans collapse, and the world tests the limits of your courage. But here is the radical, transformative truth. The storm does not define you. Your response does. When you cultivate inner stillness, you move from reaction to creation. Anxiety no longer hijacks your mind. Fear no longer commands your actions. You begin to navigate life with clarity, presence, and unshakable trust in the deeper currents of existence. Practical reflection. Tonight, before sleep, visualize your own boat. See the waves rise, hear the wind roar, but also see yourself resting calmly at the center. Feel the profound truth. You can face chaos without being consumed by it. Every moment of practice brings you closer to the mastery Jesus exemplified, sleeping through storms while the world whirls in panic around you. The storm is inevitable, but peace is a choice you can make, beginning now. Now the story leaves you with a choice. Will you drift through life at the mercy of every wave, or will you learn to rest within like Jesus in the storm? The path is simple, yet profound. Cultivate stillness, trust the unseen currents, and observe fear without surrendering to it. Tonight, as the world around you moves in chaos, remember, the storm is not your enemy. It is the teacher, the mirror, the call to awaken. Each wave that crashes against your boat is an opportunity to discover the calm that lies beneath, the eternal center that no force can disturb. Take this teaching with you. Practice presence in the small moments. Breathe through fear. Sit quietly with the storms of your mind. And one day, you will find that even the fiercest tempest cannot shake you, because the secret is not in the world, but in the unshakable peace within your own soul. Sleep, even now, as the storm rages, and awaken to mastery. If this teaching touched something deep within you, if you felt the whisper of calm amid the chaos, then step further into the mysteries. Subscribe now and join us as we explore hidden wisdom, ancient secrets, and the practices that awaken the stillness within. Turn fear into presence, turn storms into teachers, and remember, the peace you seek is already inside you, waiting to be discovered. Soft fade out with mystical music, subtle visual of a calm boat on stormy waters, and a glowing subscribe button